NVIDIA earnings are out, IREN earnings are out, the moves are in. Let's go take a look at these things, digest them a little bit, and see what is going on here. I'm going to start with NVIDIA. It is down 3.24% here. Let's take a look at my wheel, how that is doing this morning. So price fell, but my put actually decreased in value, and that is because of IV crush. We've talked about this on the channel before. When you have a big expected event coming up, such as earnings, the implied volatility gets pushed way up, which juiced those premiums for NVIDIA puts and calls yesterday, and today they are deflating. So even though NVIDIA is down 3%, my put is up. The one that I sold, the put that I sold, is up 38%, meaning whoever bought that put is down 38% this morning, or wherever it is, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm up $222 on this put today, putting me, I bought this on August 22nd, and I'm currently up about 47, almost 50% on this thing in a couple of days. I am considering selling this thing. We'll see. I'll reassess after recording here and decide whether or not I want to close out the position and look at reopening another one if we get another low. We'll see what I do there, but that's what's going on with NVIDIA. It came down because the earnings were good, but not good enough deemed by Wall Street, even with that $50 billion buyback announced. And my put that I sold is up 38% for me. If you bought a put or a call, you're having a real bad time this morning because of that IV crush. So remember, options often over earnings are gambling. If you do not get an insane move that sustains itself by morning, you're going to get crushed. So keep that in mind if you're playing any kind of options over earnings. I think it's probably better to do shares versus options. Anyways, we are solidly beneath this bull flag there as of now, and that is not ideal for the next move now. But we are getting onto support over here. So we tapped the support area over in these wicks over here that were formed in late July. Okay, so we touched those. We went as low as this morning, as low as 119.44. As you know, in the after hours, we were down significantly more than that, but it came back. But so a couple of things, words of caution here for NVIDIA. The RSI is now in bear territory. The MACD is printing white bars and curling over. That means that this big curl over here, that could potentially mean that we are likely going to find ourselves coming lower. Now, how low can we go? I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's do a fib retracement here from the bottom of the move from August 5th to the top here. So likely we're probably going to do a minimum of 115.82. Honestly, that's the 382, which makes me think I'm probably leaning towards offloading that put today and potentially opening up another one when we hit that 382 and see how we react there. The 5 is down at 111, and the 618, which is kind of the golden pocket between 5 and 618, is all the way down at 106. So between 111 and 106 is kind of like the golden pocket for a reversal move, which would be a from the peak a move down of a total move down of 19%, which is pretty much mean reversion, basically. That's all that is. Not really a big deal. 19% is kind of a normal move on NVIDIA. Now that's the furthest we could go. I'd probably, like I said, I'd probably be, whoops, that's not what I wanted. I'd probably be looking at the 382 first, see how things react. So come in here, let me draw a line on that, the 382. This is my first area that I'm looking at. This is my second area that I'm looking at. And this is my third area that I'm looking at right there. Okay. And I'm going to color code those. I'm going to make this one yellow, this one orange. I'm going to leave that last one purple there. So like yellow, cautionary, orange, a little more caution, purple. That's like we're hitting like the golden pocket zone where we should be looking for some reversals here. Let's see, how did that play out last time? Let's see how that played out last time real quick. Last time we had, we came all the way down here. We went all the way up there, and we came down, and look at what happened the day before that August 5th flush out, right? The day before that August 5th flush out, we almost hit, we entered the golden pocket before the big yen carry trade flush, and we would have reversed there if not that, right? We would have gotten right into that pocket and reversed there. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility right now to say that NVIDIA could potentially come back down to like that 111 to 106 level and then start turning around from there. So I'm thinking I might actually decide to let go of those puts or that put today, so watch it come down a little bit and then curl back up. I think that unless I'm looking at the hourly and that looks bullish, which it kind of does, the hourly does look bullish actually. We are 45-hour side. No, it's printing on white. I'll give it like another hour or so, see what's going on, and then make my decision on NVIDIA. Let's take a look at IREN. IREN's super exciting. IREN is up 19.95% today. That's pretty great. It's a nice big move off of honestly off of this bull flag basically right here. That's a nice little move off of that. It ended up being that sort of thing. Now, these two candles right here were bearish. Those were bearish, but earnings came in and saved them. I don't really know why earnings saved them, because earnings was not like amazing or anything. I mean, they have no debt. They are making more money than ever, which is nice, but they still, they missed earnings per share by a significant margin, and they missed revenue by a slight margin. So I mean, this is all just kind of a hopium move here. So we'll see how this sort of plays out over the next couple of days. Let's see if it can sustain it. If there's anything we know about Bitcoin mining stocks, is that a 20% move probably isn't going to be sustained. It'll probably give some of that back. So we'll take a look here. We'll see if it can stay inside. If it can stay inside of this channel, this ascending channel, if it can stay inside of there, I'll change my tune. But if it cannot, I will still be looking at it to try to come back to like this 672, maybe even as low as 625 in the next coming days or weeks. Because remember, we're going into September. September is the worst month of the year. So I don't expect there to be sunshine and rainbows going into next week. But I do like this move. It's up 19%. That's great. I mean, IREN has always been super sensitive to news. Anytime it's like even halfway good, you get a 10% pop out of IREN. That's been pretty normal. That's been something that's happened time and time again, and I'm not surprised at all by this. What I want to see is the follow through. Okay, I want to see the follow through. If there's a nice big wick on top of this candle today, like if this body starts shrinking throughout the day, it's gonna feel a lot like maybe this candle back here on July 24th, or not 24th, July 31st. Sorry, or like any of these. Let's see, is there another one that's like kind of really illustrative of that point that I'm trying to make with that one? Not immediately here. But anyways, a nice big wick on top would scare me about that. Would make me feel like this move isn't going to be sustained. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. Clean Spark up 5% today, but I'm not really impressed by that because it fell by what, like 20 something, 30 something, 16. Sorry, it fell by 16%. Why am I crying? It fell by 16%. Why am I crying so much? Anyways, it's going up over the signal line. That's nice. We're still getting white bars on the MACD, so that's really not helping at all. I would really want to see this thing get above. Honestly, I want to see it get back above 1137 before I'm feeling any kind of way about Clean Spark. And then once it's there, it needs to get back into this channel and get above 1266. Like it needs to get above 1266 to negate this thing. And once it gets above 1266, I wouldn't be surprised to see this end up becoming an island reversal right here, where this thing gets left behind, a little island down at the bottom of the move. So that's that with Clean Spark. It's still not looking great. It's not out of the woods yet, but it is making progress there today. Mara still looking good. Like I said, it stayed inside of the ascending channel, and it never broke that ascending channel. So Mara actually looks better than Clean Spark right now. So that's pretty interesting. It is printing a green bar on the RSI, and it's moving up there. So that's pretty great. I got requested to check out CIFR. CIFR is doing the same sort of thing it's been doing. This one's in more of a descending channel ever since they announced that they were going to sell themselves. I don't know I haven't been able to find any update on that. I've heard like rumors and back and forth as to, oh, they're selling themselves, oh, they're not doing it anymore. I don't like that. Until there's clarity, until there is clarity on the situation, CIFR is going to continue to like kind of drift downward and sideways or downward. Like that's all we're going to see out of CIFR until there's some clarity on this news. And when we get that clarity, if it's good, this thing's going to break. Like this descending channel here is going to break hard and probably find itself back up at $5 in like a day or two. Okay, so as soon as we get, if it's good news on that clarity, if it's bad news, then we'll just continue drifting down. Okay, but CIFR is just drifting down. It's going to keep drifting down. That's all that's going to happen there for now. Let's take a look at the warrants. We haven't seen these in a while. Warrants dipped down yesterday down to 80. 6 months ago, I would have bought that. I would have bought a few thousand of that and held it up to 160, 170 or something. But today, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I guess anytime you see a big wick like that, it's pretty, like down to 80, that's pretty sweet for CIFR warrants. I don't know if I'd buy them right now, though, because I am a little bit nervous about that clarity. I don't know what's going to happen with CIFR. I'm getting back and forth reports. I don't know what to think about it or what to make of it, so I'm staying away from it. The risk is too high. Let's take a look at BIT Digital today. How's BIT Digital doing today? BIT Digital is up a tiny bit. It's coming off of these, what do they call it? 3 crows or something? I can't remember what it is. But you get 3 in either, 3 in the same direction, up or down. You end up with the next day being, the opposite. That's all I got to say about that. I don't know. I'm tired this morning. Let's see here. What am I looking at here? We came down into this area of support. Yeah, we're bouncing off of that. That's nice. That's good. I haven't looked at a single indicator yet. Let's take a look at this. How are we looking here? Oh yeah, the mid ATR band. Yeah, we're holding the mid ATR band. Excellent. We have room all the way up to 392. I'm not worried about BIT Digital. Okay. Let's take a look at Bitfarms. How's Bitfarms doing? Bitfarms gave up the mid ATR band. Actually, it didn't just give it up. It rejected off of it the other day. Now it is up 1.62%. Notice how that move and BIT Digital's move are significantly less than the others that we've looked at so far. That's not great. So I don't love that. I do still think Bitfarms is a bit in the woods here. They're not out of the woods yet. They are still completely detached from this ascending channel here. If we lose to 12, we're coming down to $2. Okay, we're going to come down below $2 probably if that happens. We need to get above the mid ATR band, the 233. As long as we're below 233, we are in a little bit of trouble for Bitfarms short term. The ATR bands are pointing down. The RSI is in bearish territory. The MACD just crossed down and is making a red bar there. So yeah, we're not looking so hot on Bitfarms for the short term. Of course. Let's take a look at WULF. WULF, that's WULF K. WULF, that's not what we wanted. Let's take a look at WULF. Okay, this time, third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. I promise I'll get it right this time. All right, there we go. We're up 3.71%. Very nice. We came down. We hit the mid ATR band just like BIT Digital. So we came up, right? Broke it decisively, came back, and we're bouncing off of that mid ATR band, which will likely feed us up towards that upper ATR band, which is currently at 519. So WULF, just like I said yesterday, is looking good. Now, there are some minor issues on the MACD here. The MACD is printing smaller white bars. The RSI is in bearish territory. So we could end up doing a bear flag right here. And if we lose the mid ATR band, then we will find ourselves down at about 388 to 385. Okay. Now, not really a big deal. I mean, WULF's been one of the strongest movers around. That as long as we stay above 330, this is still a bullish move. It's still in a bullish set of legs up. So I'm not too concerned about that. The ATR band sideways right now. So I mean, yeah, it's chilling, going on a sideways move. If we hold the mid ATR band, we're going back up to 519. If we lose the mid ATR band, which is at $4.26, we could move all the way down to 383 again, pretty swiftly. CORZ, but I do like the way it looks for the most part. Let's see, CORZ. CORZ is in bullish territory for the RSI. The MACD is printing white bars and is kind of going sideways, so I'm not too concerned about that. It is slightly outside of its aggressive ascending channel here, but again, I'm not too concerned about that. We're above the ATR band. We went above it. Didn't break it quite as decisively as WULF, but we came back, bounced off of it, which is nice. As long as we hold above that mid ATR band, we have room all the way up to about 1178 on the daily. Below 1009, I don't really see anything below 1009 because there's a whole bunch of support. Let me see. There's a whole bunch of support right here. Whole bunch of support right in there between 1027 and 935. Whole bunch of it. So I'm not really concerned about CORZ dropping overall right now, even if it goes a little bit lower. There's a ton of support right there. Built this nice big strong support right there. Now if we break that, we're coming quickly down to 831. We lose 831, we're going to drop like a rock. But I don't see that happening right now. It's looking a lot like how CleanSpark was looking for a while there. Was just hovering between a $3 range. That's what it's looking like right now on CORZ. What else were we looking at recently? Palantir. So Palantir was interesting. So it did its drop off. Like, remember the other day I said I had a bunch of 144s in the mix. So it came down, hit the mid ATR band and bounced. So it's probably going to go back up again. That's interesting to see there. Adobe. Let's talk about Adobe real quick. Adobe is doing exactly what I said it was going to do. Basically, it's just charging up towards $600. It's really expensive, so I'm not in it. But it's got all right. So we got a bit of an inverted head and shoulders here on Adobe. We got shoulder, head, shoulder, and that could take us all the way to the top of this ascending channel or descending channel here. This descending channel here, which would be at about $603. If we break out of that descending channel, remember, we come all the way back up to $700. So it's a $100 move once we break out of that thing. Very, very interesting. I still like the way Adobe looks. Adobe's looking great. So that's pretty good. It's actually really great. I like that. Anyways, I think that's all I've got for you today. I've covered pretty much all the ones I'd like to cover. IREN's coming down again here at the end there. So please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.